Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We seek happiness all the time. It's our nature. Ask anyone, anywhere. What is happiness? Family, friends, beauty, good health, security, a world at peace, the time and freedom to enjoy such life's pleasures. But how long does this happiness last for which we sacrifice so much? Perhaps a few moments, a few hours, maybe a few days. Then they are gone. We could be enjoying a vacation on a great sunny day on a beach, and the water of the ocean suddenly starts to rise so high that within a few moments it claims the lives of hundreds and thousands across an entire continent. Our vacation, our happiness turns itself into a catastrophe, a source of misery. One such tsunami on 26 December 2004 took the lives of approximately 2 million people and left millions homeless in 11 different countries. All our attempts to enjoy are similarly always threatened, snatching away life's pleasures and turning them into miseries within seconds. The aeroplane, man's proud invention of the 20th century, has enabled him to soar in the sky, reaching far-flung destinations in the shortest possible time, along with one's family and baggage. Despite such luxury and ease, there is the attached fear of plane crashes, taking some hundreds of lives in one go. Statistically, they are not common, but the uncertainty, the fear remains whether we will reach our destinations safely wearing a smile. Our inventions, our science cannot guarantee this certainty that we seek. It is the biggest bottleneck of all scientific advancements. They always fall short of our complete desires. At present, war, fighting with deadly weapons, is going on in every corner of the world. And this, despite the formation of United Nations in 1945 to guard against this precise outcome. The United Nations was set up and continues to be run by the leaders of the nations, humanitarians and peacemakers of all shades come from its 192 member states, ever seeking world peace for the last 65 years. The irony is that the organization's effort at peace, its many ruling, has been the justification for war, bloodshed, killing in many of these fighting arenas. Far from uniting nations, even nations themselves are being torn apart. One kind of people of a certain race, culture, ideology, or professed religion are warring with another, some for land, power, and resources, and some for not even these. In pursuit of happiness, we also seek good health. Modern medicine has found ways of dealing many distressing diseases, even if it is not eradicating them. But for every disease counteracted, there are newer and newer diseases, leaving all the researchers of the world baffled and the sufferers to continue suffering. It is a sad indictment that, as with the United Nations, the demand for more doctors and hospitals and medicines is only increasing. Not at all the sign of succeeding against diseases. We want to stay young, energetic, and youthful. Yet, as surely as time passes, we grow old. We live in a world that is forever changing. Culture, education, scientific advancement, technological achievements are considered by many to be at their peak today. But in this changing world, four things have not changed ever since creation: birth, disease, old age, and death, without exception, whether be it a German, an American, an African, or an Indian. Irrespective of country, religion, age, or sex, these four miseries render all attempts, all our struggles at happiness null and void, attempts for which we devote so much of our lives. Where have we gone wrong in the search for happiness? Why am I forced to suffer when all I want is happiness? Where did I come from? Where was I before my birth? Where will I go after my death? Who am I?
ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनश्षष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति.
Unlike the materialistic approach, the Vedic scriptures resolve the issue of happiness root and branch. They take us from the darkness to the light, from the temporary to the permanent, from the material to the spiritual, from the body to the soul. We are not the body that we see with our eyes. We are the soul or Atma, a spiritual part of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Our identification with the body is false and ignorance of our spiritual identity. The continuous effort to satisfy our gross senses using our mind is itself the cause of all the sufferings in this world. Furthermore, material bodily pleasures cannot and do not satisfy the spiritual soul or the Atma. There are different processes to help us come to a practical realization of these supreme truths. One such process is Dhyana Yoga. It requires the yogi to abandon his house, go to the forest, and perform deep meditation for several thousands of years. One other process is called Jnana Yoga. It requires the yogi to comprehend the full import of the Vedas through understanding of the Sanskrit language, logic and grammar. Another process of yagna or fire sacrifice requires the use of qualified brahmanas who can chant the Vedic mantras perfectly. You will notice that these processes are not practical in our day-to-day life in the age in which we live, the age of Kali. If these processes are not practical, then how will we ever have spiritual realization? However, there is one process that is both recommended for Kali Yuga and is practical, scientific and also very easy: to simply chant the holy names of the Supreme Lord. By this, one will both understand and experience his true spiritual identity far beyond the conception of this material body. This process is called Sankirtana.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.